everyone. In this lecture, we will delve into the term feminism and what we mean by it. Before we begin, I have a question for you. What words come to your mind when one says feminism? And how would you describe a feminist? Now, picture a person who is a feminist. What does this person look like to you? Is there a stereotype or bias that may be coming in here? And what are some values they hold close to? Why is this image we have in mind? Have you heard about people incorporating feminist approaches in daily life, including feminist parenting, coaching, evaluation methods, project management strategies, and more? And how is feminism incorporated here? You may have seen many definitions of feminism online and in any literature you may have encountered. You may perhaps have your own understanding of the term as well. Let's together unpack what feminism means today. What I'm getting at is that there's no universal meaning of feminism and there is no one way to practice it. Let's unpack what the term means together. Defining feminism can mean viewing feminism as different things, and I'm going to list them now. Number one, an ideology that's beyond equality. Feminism today stands not only for gender equality, but for the transformation of all social relations of power that oppress, exploit, or marginalize any set of people based on their gender, age, sexual orientation, ability, race, religion, nationality, location, class, caste, or ethnicity. It also recognizes the intersecting nature of people's identities and social locations, and that we experience discrimination, exclusion, or oppression in intersecting and simultaneous ways. Hence, feminism no longer seeks simplistic parity between the sexes, but more a profound transformation that expects multiple gender identities and creates gender equality in a new social order. Apart from this, it can also be an analytical framework. Feminism has transformed the concepts of patriarchy, which is the social order of male rights and privileges, and gender, which is a socially constructed power relation between men and women and other gender identities. It has created various analytical tools and methods for unpacking the power imbalances between people of different gender identities in various social institutions and structures. For example, gender division of labor in the household and economic activities, and also perhaps control of women's sexuality and reproductive life. Feminism is also a social change strategy. Feminism prioritizes the empowerment and liberation of women and marginalized genders, including LGBTQIA+ identities, the transformation of gender power relations, and the advancement of gender equality within all change interventions. For instance, economic interventions that increase household incomes without simultaneously focusing on enhancing women's financial capacity and decision-making power within that household may not necessarily be a feminist strategy. Thus, feminism views all change interventions through a gender lens. That is, whether gender equality and women's rights are being consciously addressed and advanced by the change process. However, you will see in the next lecture that feminism is more intersectional and speaks for all identities, including but not limited to gender, race, ethnicity, religion, caste, class, and more. Lastly, it's important to also see feminism as a practice in daily life. Feminist practice is concerned with the daily practice of power, with special attention to how we use our power and how we respond to other people's use of their power in their everyday life and relationship interactions. This is true in our relationships, whether at work or in our interpersonal relationships or in our workplaces, movements, and contexts within which we exist. As we end this lecture, I have a few questions. Has your understanding of feminism shifted after this lecture? What did feminism mean for you before we delved into its different views? What does it mean now? And what do you think it has meant for those from the margins?